we're getting the same stories indeed of having been raped on the road, basically as a payment to be able to move forward, and other such violences against women and against civilians in general.
درب بس ورقرم تيت درب 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 لا ماتت تقول تمه 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 قد ما ماتت تمه ولا دشتت ولا تعرفي فاتوا.
At the moment, it's actually impossible to get any information from Al Fasher. So most of the information that we're getting is actually from villages around Al Fasher and between Al Fasher and Tawila. And that's where we can identify that there is at least 10 to 15,000 people in these areas which are not getting access to humanitarian aid, and that we could actually reach if the security on the roads was possible. So there's a strong request for advocacy with the different parties present along these roads so that they can indeed ensure that humanitarian aid can reach these people, or that at least we can send trucks there to bring them back to Tawila where they can be supported. Unfortunately, there's quite a few orphans coming in. Numbers are about like 150, 170 what we call unaccompanied minors, so meaning children indeed without their families. They're being taken care of by the community, obviously, but the community is already quite stretched and trying to support their own kids. And so we're trying to set up the specific support for these kids, obviously. Although it's not always easy to be organized to actually identify them and bring them to the places where we can support them. So for the few thousand people who have arrived in the past few days, we are able to provide the first basic needs, such as distributing kits for them to build up a shelter, making sure that they are in an area where we can bring water. But it has to be very clear that this is very often to the detriment of other people who were there before, because we didn't have enough aid from the beginning to actually support the 250,000 people, the 500,000 people, who actually arrived in the past 6 months. So there is a drastic under coverage of the needs here in Tawila. It's been going on for months, and we need indeed further support to come, both in funding from donors and in possibilities for what we call the pipelines from the UN, which are the convoy with humanitarian aid, with food, with equipment for access to water and sanitation, with an element for nutrition for kids. We need these to come in bigger numbers and to be allowed to cross the different areas leading to Tawila to reach the people here.